Good morning, good people of the interwebs. Once again, I have been brought more articles, which they get more and more idiotic as I read them. So let's read them anyway. This first one comes from whattoexpect.com, and these articles have been submitted through a mayonnaise pickle jar by Ryu from Breath of Fire. Don't know why. They always tend to stink after a day or so. Let's still read them anyway. Breastfeeding mom given letter by principal asking to discreetly feed the baby. To quote unquote discreetly feed the baby. Lovely. When Andrea Scannell was nursing her 6-month-old daughter at Mount Logan Middle School in Logan, Utah, while family participated in the Federal Summer Food Service, a program that provides free meals to children during summer, one of the last things she expected was to be told. One of the last things she expected was to be told to be more discreet when nursing, or she would leave the lunchroom. Okay. Scandal told reporters at Fox 13 News that she was providing her own free meal for her baby when a cafeteria worker handed her a sealed envelope. One of the workers approached me with a sealed envelope and said, "I highly encourage you to read this." And I said, "Is this because of the breastfeeding?" And she said, "Just read it. It's very tastefully written." And I was like, "You know this is illegal, right?" And she just said, "Just read it." And then she left, said Scannell. The letter was reportedly from the school principal expressing that there were a few concerned patrons that had an issue with Scannell breastfeeding in public. "Well, I understand the importance of a baby being breastfed. I would hope you would use discretion in exposure while the baby is fed," the letter read. "I personally recognize the beauty of a mother providing for her child, but would also not want my child exposed to public exposure without the opportunity to discuss it with them." Scannell understandably was stunned. "I was totally off guard," she said. "If I hadn't seen anyone looking uncomfortable." Last Thursday, a dozen other mothers in the community gathered in the Mount Logan Middle School cafeteria to breastfeed, as a show of solidarity, as a protest to the principal's letter, and as a way to increase awareness about the normal nature of breastfeeding. I know moms who will sit in the car when it's 100 degrees outside and nurse. No they won't, added Jennifer Henson, one of the protesters. One of the protesters. Where's the S? Where's the S? Where's the S? Anyway, or just not leave until their husband gets home because they don't want to have something like that happen. Not everyone supports the protest. Kristen Scott, a mom at the summer lunch program, feels like the protesting moms are milking the situation for attention. At the end of the day, have some dignity, she told reporters. Show some respect for the people around you. They still see your private areas, and it's still something small children don't need to see. District Superintendent Marshall Garrett agrees. "We would hope that she would be more sensitive of the needs of those around her," he said. "Every time I read a story like this, it infuriates me. Yes, a mommy is feeding her child in public. Babies need to eat. Strangers don't need to stare. When did the needs of prudish observers become more important than a basic survival need of an infant? I've seen more exposure at a public beach or in a lingerie ad than I've ever seen from a breastfeeding mom, even though it should be from what I ever seen from a breastfeeding mom. And if I don't want to see it, I can look away. Society needs to ditch the hypocrisy and accept breastfeeding in public as a normal occurrence. This is the law, and that doesn't invoke shame." So we got one of my thoughts on public breastfeeding. I will come to that I will come to that in a short bit. However, we're going to go to the next. We're going to go to the next article on the list. That's fine, AOL. That's fine if your terms and policy will be updated. That's fine. Moving on. We have here a pizza expert reviews frozen pizza. Frozen. Oh, this ought to be good. Scott, a pizza expert, does need a lot of frozen pizza. He spends a great deal running tours of famous pizzerias in New York City, while also judging pizza competitions all over the United States. Scott also writes for a pizza publication called Pizza Today magazine, and holds a world record for owning the most pizza boxes in the world. But today he's going to do a blind taste test of frozen pizzas. 5 pizzas were chosen: DiGiorno's, Edio's, California Pizza Kitchen, Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's gluten-free. With a blindfold secured over his eyes, Scott begins the taste test. First is DiGiorno. He describes the sauce's heinous before calling the crust a one-trick pony. Elio fares better. Scott says the cheese sauce is excellent, and that if you put these toppings on a decent crust, we might have something here. California Pizza Kitchen is described as awful. Really, dude? Really? Trader Joe's is no sauce at all. Just a cheese party. But the gluten-free version is well received. Scott describes the sauce as robust and delightfully cites the cheese drag as great. Yeah, I'm gonna basically save your ass for last, buddy. And number 3. Does a mosquito repellent app really work? This is the reason why I have a cup of coffee right here. One more for good measure. Good coffee. Does a mosquito repellent app really work? The fuck is this shit? The fuck is this shit? I don't even need to start up this video. Just know this is already sounding stupid. You've just spent the day outside in the sun, only to come back inside and find your arms and legs covered in mosquito bites. Yeah, that's Louisiana right there. You even use bug spray. Well, no, there's an app claiming it can keep those pesky suckers away. Bullshit. It's called Anti-Mosquito Sonic Repeller. And it reportedly works by emitting a high-frequency sound to keep the mosquitoes at bay. The app's page on iTunes notes it's not a 100% cover, but it will ease the pains of mosquito biting you. If it sounds familiar, it's probably because the app isn't the first of its kind. Back in 2011, Discovery reported on an app called Mosquito Buster. Yeah, that sounds like a weapon out of Mega Man X. Mosquito Buster! Oh, god damn. It's just like Chameleon Sting, but it fires mosquitoes in 3 directions. Which claims to do the exact same thing, along with with options to repel mice and, oddly enough, children. Okay, I'm sorry to say this, but get on the nasty Mosquito Buster. There you go. I'm going to fire off as many jokes as I can on this one. And a year later, BBC highlighted a Brazilian radio station that had added a 15 kilohertz sound under all its music to keep the mosquitoes away from people listening outdoors. So when this new app came along, reporters for WFLA couldn't wait to try it out, but they didn't get the results they were hoping for. With the app turned off, they dug in. I counted at least 2 bites. Firing up the app didn't make a difference. Duh! There's another one. See this one? Now remember, Pico Brothers, the company behind the app, did say it's not guaranteed to keep every mosquito away. But watch what happens when NBC's Kerry Sanders tests it out. I'm going to activate the app. And let's just see what happens. Right, so I'm waiting for this app to work. You know, you guys make me give blood on these stories, literally. Ouch! Oh, we're getting itchy just watching that. So maybe the higher frequency sound idea isn't such a good one after all. In fact, several years ago, a review of 10 field studies by the Cochrane collaboration found high frequency sound did absolutely nothing to repel mosquitoes. Yeah, just like Pokemon. You take 50 steps, what happens? You have a Pokemon encounter! Female mosquitoes are the ones that bite humans because they love the taste of blood. And the researchers concluded that this might be one of the reasons the high frequency sound doesn't work. The review noted male mosquitoes are actually the ones attracted by the female flight sound, and females normally have a very weak sensitivity for sound compared with the males. So, if these types of apps don't seem to be doing a job, what's a person to do? Get some off. Or aloe vera. There you go. KTVT went straight to one of the top U.S. researchers on mosquitoes, Dr. Jun Lee, who's not related to Chun Li, who says DEET is the only product he's found consistently repels the insect. Lee does caution users to stay away from repellent with concentrations of DEET higher than 30%, though saying it can be harsh on skin. Again, use off or aloe vera. You guys are idiots. Now, we must note the anti-mosquito sonic repeller app has received some good reviews from users. Right? They were paid. If you decide to put it to the test just because of using it around dogs who have a wide enough frequency range to detect that 15 kilohertz tone. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm going to do this in order. Breastfeeding first, then the mosquito, and then finally the pizza, because I'm going to rip into the pizza one. Okay, number 1. My thoughts on this? Okay, first off, it is natural to breastfeed. If you're a woman and you have a child, and more likely if it's a preemie or anything like that, and you can do the job, then do it. Why should you suffer? I mean, why should you and your kids suffer just because the general public feel like they're going to get some kind of cooties or some kind of disease by watching breastfeeding. I've seen breastfeeding before. It doesn't faze me one bit. I'm not staring. I'm just noticing. I've actually seen it before. It is not a bad thing. It is like the most beautiful thing you will ever see in your short life. But when asked to not do that, I'm sorry, if I was a woman, I'd do it. But the point is, it's a part of nature. If you are a mother and you Do not. And your baby is pretty young, you might want to consider breastfeeding. If you can't do it by bottle, breastfeed. That's the next best thing. I don't see a problem in this. I feel the real problem is the principal has never seen breastfeeding done in his area. And for the rest of the general public, they say, "Oh, you need to." They're doing it for. I said, "No, they're doing it for attention." No, if they did it for attention, don't you know that shit will be on YouTube? That's where most of the general population of attention whores hang out at, YouTube. It's just stupid. Really, it's really stupid. And give me a moment. Sorry about that. As I was saying before, I feel society, when they see something like this, as that they never seen breastfeeding. Like I said, it's a natural part of life. I mean, that's as much as saying, "Oh, let's see. You want to see somebody naked from Skid Row come streaking down my street with titties flopping out and ass jiggling across the street?" Yeah, I'd be appalled by that. That's something you should be appalled by. That's something you should report. But this is natural. This is a mom breastfeeding her child. I'm sorry, but this is bullshit. It's like, you do something like this, you're not only being a jerk about it, but this is the problem that we have these days. As I said before, this is the problem. This is the real problem we have these days. We have this fear of each other, which makes no sense. Like, oh, showing nipple. Oh! It's like, what? She's just showing a nipple. She's just feeding her child. What the fuck, man? I need to stop the fear, man. That's what I need to do. I need to stop being so frightened about nature, because that's all it is. It's nature. She's doing what any mother would do. Feed her child. Alright. Number 2. That's all I have to say about number 1. Number 2. To answer this question, no. Because 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're an idiot. If you actually believe that an app can actually stop or repel mosquitoes from actually biting you, you're a bigger dumbass than one would hope to be. 2, you go to the store, you can find some off. If not, if you're growing aloe vera, like I said before, if you're growing aloe vera, pick some of that, rub it on the spot where the mosquito bit you. And if you need to, just hit the son of a bitch. You don't want to bite you, hit him. It's just that simple. Why would you want to use an app? Why would you want to use an app for mosquitoes anyway? This is basically saying, we are counting on technology for anything. We're getting lazy and complacent, almost like the Jetsons. Because everybody remembers the Jetsons when we all thought of the future like, oh, we're going to be in a push button age. We don't have to do anything. Robots will do it for us. No. Because first off, if we were in the age of the Jetsons, everything would get fucked up. Even more fucked up than before the age of the Jetsons, okay? Let's be real now. Let's be real. I mean, like I said, the only way you're going to have to get rid of a mosquito is just spray some off around the area. It will not only keep them away from you, but, it'll leave off an unpleasant scent to them. And like I said, I've been through that when I used to go to Louisiana, especially during the summer. They ate me alive. I still got the scars to prove it, or maybe not. Because over the years they just fade away. Mind you, I was about a kid to a teenager when this shit happened. But anyway, this is stupid. You're going to rely on an app. You're going to rely on an app to keep mosquitoes away. And like I said, even the title, even the app before that. I mean, I look at this, I see Sonic Repeller. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like a Mega Man X weapon. The same thing with Mosquito Buster. Yeah, that sounds like a Mega Man X weapon. You got Sonic Repeller. You got Mosquito Buster. You know how stupid that really does sound? It sounds awesome, but at the same time, it really sounds that stupid. And Sonic Repeller is just a wave shot. That's all it is. It's a ring beam. Stupidity at its finest. Stupidity at its finest. That's number 2. Number 3. Number 3, and the most dumbest. The most dumbest jackass I ever seen. First off, you're going to take a blind taste test. Okay, first off, you cannot call DiGiorno's heinous or a one-trick pony. I've had a DiGiorno's pizza before. It tastes pretty good. And with all pizzas, the thing is, it only tastes good when it's nice and hot. When it's cold, it's not as good. I mean, the beautiful thing about pizza is you can put anything on it. You can put some Texas Pete on it. It still tastes good. You can put some extra sausage on it, and it will still taste good. You can put whatever you damn well feel like you can imagine on it. Hell, look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles actually saw this guy in New York, they would smack the taste out of his mouth so fast, he wouldn't know what the hell hit him. So, DiGiorno's is alright. Elio's, I never had it before. So, I can't say anything about that. California Pizza Kitchen, I actually went to a California Pizza Kitchen before, and I remember last year when AX was in town, I actually did go to a California Pizza Kitchen right there. it's a little ways from the convention center, but I've been to a California Pizza Kitchen before. I have to say, it's pretty good. I had a pizza all by myself. And the thing I have to say is, I've grown to love oven roasted pizza. I come to love, and not only that, but respect oven roasted pizza. Only because if you see pizza just being made right there on the fly, I'm coming back. That just says right there, I am coming back for another pizza. I'm bringing my friends along with me, and we are going to have some pizza. You have just earned yourself a customer and a half. Trader Joe's. Now, since it's Trader Joe's, I'm just going to treat all of Trader Joe's into one category. There's no difference between Trader Joe's and gluten free. Really, there isn't. Because if you think about it, Trader Joe's is a health food place. What do you expect from a health food place? I see nothing wrong with health food. You know, as long as it's in moderation, that's fine. That's dandy. But it is not for everyone. Like I said before, Trader Joe's is not. I will repeat this again. Trader Joe's is not for everyone. The only time I've went to Trader Joe's is like right after we go to hometown, because the hometown we go to is right by the airport, and Ralph's is right by there. So if we need to go do some shopping, shoot, Ralph's is right there. Just down the street, boom, Ralph's is right there. Want to go to 7-Eleven? Boom, 7-Eleven's right there. Not too far from Ralph's either. But if you're talking about Trader Joe's, the only thing I get out of Trader Joe's is basically sushi. I want to get sushi or spring rolls from Trader Joe's. I don't get pizza from Trader Joe's. I may not be a fully inclined health nut, but I do know that Trader Joe's is for those who want a more healthier option than the norm, and that's okay. But sir, you are not a pizza expert if you don't eat a full pizza. I mean, you're just nibbling. No, eat. As in, stuff that motherfucker in your mouth. Chew it. Enjoy it. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but food critics do not know what they're missing unless they eat the entire thing. Then you're just cheating yourself. That's what I feel. If you're not eating it, you're cheating yourself. That's what I honestly feel. I mean, even in my family, if you're not eating the entire thing, you have wasted food. That's why I consider a waste of food. Because whenever I cook, or whenever my cousin cooks, or whoever cooks, if you don't eat it, it's a waste of good food. It's not only a waste of good food, but it's a waste of money. So there's that. You know, I'm sorry, but I don't like that. I really don't. I really don't like the fact that, good food like this has to be wasted. Plus, on top of that, pizza boxes. You have a collection of pizza boxes. I'm going to say this. I hope that you have sprayed each and every one of them pizza boxes. Or at least do something smart and make a freaking collage of pizza boxes. Am I really ripping into this guy? No, I'm not really ripping into this guy. But I really should. I really should. Like I said before, food critics, unlike wine critics and other critics, food critics, okay. Food critics in general, I can say, if you have never eaten anything, I mean, at least, I do mean at least, if you've never eaten truly, you know, I mean, if I was a crit, I'm a reviewer, okay, and you saw me on camera eating a slice of pizza, I mean, a whole slice of pizza from 3 different places, like say Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Domino's. Excuse me. Pardon. Gas. I'm not gonna cut that shit out. Anyway, if you saw me on camera, right? I had three slices of pizza from 3 different places. I would just do this. Eat the whole thing on camera. Not be like a mouse and eat that shit. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to full on eat the damn thing. Just because A, I'm hungry, B, just to prove a point, and C, I love food. I enjoy food. I like to sit and, you know, savor, enjoy my meal. That's what you're supposed to do with food. You're supposed to enjoy your meal. You're not supposed to like be prim and proper and all that shit. No. So food critics food critics are just kind of touchy. I'm not saying all food critics. I'm just saying some. Because there's some people that do sip wine like it's supposed to be sipped. Like you get a good sip and then there you go. Or if you were drinking soda, you would get like a good one gulp. A good one gulp into your system. Try it out. Smack your lips. Make sure that it makes you burp so you can define the taste of it and so forth. But this guy should watch his back because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, no matter what happens, they will kick his ass if they say it's terrible pizza. Especially if it's frozen pizza. Yeah. I've got nothing for this. I truly have nothing for this. But these 3 articles, one from whattoexpect.com and 2 from good old AOL. Good old AOL. I have no words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this one good video that I made to you people Just because society have a bunch of dingleberries that need to be plucked from the fields, and most of them are just flat out idiots that don't even know any better. So anyway, if you like any of these, if you have any feedback, rather, if you have any feedback about the articles I have just shared, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Actually, I welcome the crazy shit that will happen in the comment section. Seriously, I want to see. I really want to see what you guys think out there. I mean it. I really do want to see what you guys think out there, because honestly and seriously, this is just stupid. So anyway, more game vids and everything in and out the norm next time on my channel. So until then, I have been the Tenkaichi of gaming and Otaku, and I'll see you next time with more videos. Until then, take care, God bless, and of course, Tenkai Muso.